How many humanoid robots will there be? In this video, let's get started with Elon Musk's opinion on the number of humanoids on Earth. I will just play a short clip so you know his opinion.
Like, what's the ratio of humans to humanoid robots? I think it might be greater than 1 to 1. You know, because you could sort of see a home use for robots, certainly industrial uses for robots, humanoid robots. I think we might exceed a 1-to-1 ratio of humanoid robots to humans. It's not even clear what an economy means at that point. You know, since an economy is output per person times persons, but if output is much higher and there's no limit on persons, then what's the actual limit on the economy? You know.
Good. So, so you see, Elon Musk is quite bullish on the number of humanoids that we will expect to see. But in this short clip, he didn't actually mention or give us a hint on what he believes will be the time frame for this. And also, even if he gave one, you know, most people are not very bullish on Elon's time estimations, right? Because usually he's very optimistic. Anyway, another person like David Scholz, he is CEO of like some AI companies, and he's like a well-known authority in the AI space. He tweeted in January that we should be expecting 1 billion humanoid robots on Earth in the 2040s. Obviously, nobody knows, right? But I think it's not like too crazy, this prediction, right? We are still at 24, so we still have like 16 to 26 years to go to reach 1 billion humanoid robots. It's not too bullish, this expectation. And 100 billion, mostly alien robots throughout the solar system in the 2060s. 2060s is like still 40 years in the future. But I mean, if you will see 100 billion robots, it would be like completely crazy, right? Because they would create so much value in the solar system for us and create whole new societies, maybe populate the Mars and populate the space and anything, right? I mean, it's very sci-fi predictions, but I think it is not naive to engage in those kind of thoughts, because like being naive would be the other way, would be like ignoring these sci-fi predictions, because we have seen time and again that these sci-fi predictions will become true, right? If you read 1984, the book by George Orwell, he like predicted video streaming, and it was like a very alien concept, and now we use it every day, right? I mean, many of those sci-fi predictions eventually turn out to be true, and we already have humanoid robots in production today at this point in time. So it's not even a very sci-fi prediction. So I think like thinking about those, or considering those futuristic scenarios is like the opposite of naive. It's a very realistic approach. And Elon Musk answered probably something like that: provided the foundation of civilizations are stable. And so I did the exercise and created a spreadsheet where I modeled the number of humanoids, expected humanoids, like over the next decades until the 2060s, to actually reach those numbers. And like you see, I modeled the growth rate to grow faster initially and then kind of slowing down a bit, or converging to a to a smaller growth rate, maybe from 2040 onwards, right? And like this growth rate, like this traditional growth rate, it kind of flattens out a bit, growth curve. I think it will look something like this, and we just put the numbers here that were given to us in the information before, right? So we have in the 2040s we reach 1 billion robots. So I start with some small number like 1,000 robots or so. Doesn't even matter, right? Like how the journey goes from here to 2030, where we will see maybe 50 million, maybe maybe even 100 million humanoid robots already. Good. So this is how the curve looks, and now the question is what would be the value for humanoid robots companies? And like before you reject this idea here, I want to give another piece of evidence. The number of robots at Amazon is actually growing exponentially, right? So you see this curve, beautiful curve, it grows significantly. Whereas the number of employees working for Amazon has kind of converged, right? So they hire new robots, but they don't hire employees. And so this indicates that we will see more and more and more robots. And also I give you like some sci-fi. I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of predictions of sci-fi authors on how many robots there will be on Earth. And he started with Asimov, right? Many of the predictions of Asimov have all also came to reality. So in 1976, he predicted in Bicentennial Man that there will be more robots than humans, basically. The robots would eventually outnumber humans, right? So similar to Elon Musk's prediction. I don't see a reason why you won't have like eventually like 10 humanoid robots per person, right? All of us want one. I mean, wouldn't you want one? And if you could afford one, then of course you would buy one. I mean, just for fun, right? So it will be like smartphones. We all desire one, and if you can get them, we will for sure purchase them. So 1 billion would be probably too bearish in 2040, but yeah. And you see Arthur Clarke in Profiles of the Future in 1962 discussed millions of robots performing various tasks. Ray Kurzweil estimated that we will have billions of AI entities in 2030, in the 2030s. So this is also, I mean, this might be already true in a couple of years, if not already, with digitized autonomous agents, AI agents. That, by the way, you can check out on the Finxter Academy. Just go to academy.finxter.com and you will learn how to deploy those digital agents, digital robots in cyberspace. So we have many courses on the Academy that will actually teach you this. So just type in academy.finxter.com. Like here you can see in the browser, academy.finxter, finxter.com, and you will see our course library. And our most recent course is about deploying free and open source large language models to generate text, images, speech, even music on your own machine, even if you don't have a powerful GPU on your machine. So with CPU, it's like a great course by Dirk, our expert AI engineer. We also have other courses like how to build multi-agent teams and systems. So these are AI system, or you can think of them as AI corporations where the agents actually work together as teams performing different tasks. And recently the Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has actually confirmed this idea that we will see like digital humans, where each digital human or digital AI agent is an expert in its own field of study, right? Like we have different kind of experts, maybe a marketing expert, maybe a product expert, and so on. And all of them digitized, all of them AI agents, and now they can collaborate as teams. And you, as a coder working alone at home, could create a powerful company like with thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of digital agents. You can orchestrate teams and create huge and massive scalable value in cyberspace. We also have all the beginner courses, fine-tuning AI, how to connect with the APIs, how to use AutoGen Studios, like drag and drop AI engines, how to use OpenAI's API embeddings, and all the beautiful stuff. Okay, enough advertisement. Let's go to Jensen Huang's. No, let's first maybe have a look at my model. So I created this model where I modeled for the years, right? So for the years from now, 2024 to 2069, 70, right? So this is the predictions we have seen in the tweet previously. And I started with 1,000 humanoids, and then this was actually the growth rate here I modeled. So what was the growth of over time? This is actually the growth rate. So we see the number of humanoids here. But what I did now is to assume a unit profit, and I assume the unit profit per sold bot will go down, right? This is actually pretty pretty conservative. So if a robotics company makes 10K per bot, this would be very conservative. Probably in the beginning they could sell a bot for 50K or more because of the huge utility they have, and the utility will keep increasing. Remember this, right? The bot utility is will be much larger than human utility, right? So imagine buying human labor, lifetimes worth of human labor for 10K. I mean, this is like, or 20K, so that they can make 10K profit. It's like a steal of the century, right? The demand would be infinite for such a product. So but I assume we have unit profit of starting with 10K and then actually going down because of competition. So you see the unit profit in the year 2073 is like only 5,900. And I ignored inflation for this exercise. Inflation would be then even more bullish, because this probably would mean that unit profit will go up over time, not down. And now this gave me the total profits, right? So if you sell 1,000 humanoids and you make 10K profit, you make like $1 million or so in profit. So this is like the 10 million. So this is the total profits of all robotics companies, not only Tesla, but all robotics companies that actually produce those 1,000 humanoids will make like this 0.01 billion in profit. And as we grow, the profits also grow. Right here in the year 2030, all humanoid robots companies together, they produce 20 million bots, or sell 20 million bots in the year 2030 in this assumption, which is, I think, very realistic. Maybe it will be even faster. The total profits will be like 200 billion. So still like not too crazy, right? 200 billion is like, for the whole industry, it will be one of the biggest industries, but it won't be like completely off the charts. But now you see, as we keep growing and we sell maybe a billion, or we have a billion, we sell a billion robots every single year in 2040, then we would actually reach like the billion mark, right? So we have those kind of humanoids that we sell every single year, and the total profit will be completely off, right? I mean, there will be like 9 trillion or so. So the whole industry together makes 9 trillion in 2040 just by selling the humanoid robots. Okay, and then I did just a exercise, like assume these kind of numbers. I mean, if we sell a billion here, right, and we still have robots operating that are 6 years old, then we would have like the sum of all of those, right, which is like maybe 3-4 billion robots deployed already in the year 2041. But in this exercise, I just wanted to keep it flowing, right? Keep like without mental blockades, without injecting my own assumptions too much. Just let it play out. So what is like the most like very bullish, or even you could say expected? It's not too bullish actually, to be honest, right? Because we might grow much faster. If the utility is so big, why not sell 10 times of this in the year 2033? I mean, if the robots basically pay for themselves, right? They scale labor, so they can build themselves. They can work the jobs we don't like to do, like cleaning up stuff and so on. They are not expensive to make. They don't need a lot of like expensive material and stuff. So it might be even more bullish, but I just let it play out, right? I mean, this would be an exciting sci-fi future. So we will see billions and billions of humanoid robots in the year 2050 or so. And if we just do like the total profits, if we discount them back to the present, because future cash flows are not as valuable as present cash flows, and we use a high discount rate of 20%, because it's like more it has many assumptions built in, right? Like the growth rate of the future robotics industry. We get the free cash flow valuation of the whole space of like 13.8 trillion, which I think it's reasonable, right? And now if you assume, say, a company like Tesla has 20% market share, they would capture 20% of this free cash flow valuation, at least, maybe more, because if they would be the leader, they would make more profit than the others. So as we see with Apple, for instance, they have a small share of the sales, of the revenue, but they have a big share of the profits and a big share of the valuation in the smartphone market. Okay, so the 2.7 trillion valuation would mean like Tesla is worth 5 times more than the current stock price if this scenario will play out. It's already 80% undervalued, only for bots, not even considering the whole car, full self-driving, robotaxi network and the other spaces. This would mean that Tesla already is significantly undervalued, even when assuming they only have a 20% market share of this humanoid robots field. Okay, so this was my quick analysis. No financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I just filled in the numbers with a spreadsheet to get a feel for those kind of numbers. Good. Then I wanted to show you this piece from Next Big Future, which I found interesting. Data from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics estimate that 60% of all civilian workers in the US have a job that requires standing or walking for a majority of their time. Think security guard or something, yeah, who just walks around the building, recording stuff and keeping the building secure. This means that 60% of civilian workers have a job that is also optimized for humanoid robots. This is the answer to the question why humanoid form factor and not other kind of robots. I think we will see other kind of robots, and it won't really change the argument much, right? If they have legs or wheels as legs or something in between. It doesn't really change anything of the argument or the economics of this. But I think, this is the reason why humanoid form factor, because it can do most of the work, most of the real world work. Okay, and so let's, before we end, first give me a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to our free email newsletter where I try to keep you on the right side of change. This is my main purpose with the Finxter business. Just visit finxter.com and subscribe to any of our forms there on the website. And it's free. I will send you a regular email to keep you updated, send you like the content we produce on AI topics and tech revolutions, also investment. Whatever keeps you on the right side of change, we will address it in the newsletter. Also, check out our academy. This is like our paid program. This pays for our work at Finxter. Go to academy.finxter.com and you can join all those courses I showed you before. You can finish the courses. They are easy, they are fun, and you can download PDF certificates with your name on it, so you can prove your AI skills to your employers or freelancing clients. So it's really useful. You can improve your portfolio and improve the chances of you getting a well-paid job to keep you on the right side of change, because you need capital to invest. Let's say just that much. You can also become a member on the Finxter YouTube channel. Just click on becoming a member, and if you join Tech Katana or above, you actually get also access to all academy courses as well. So this is like an alternative way to access the academy courses. Okay, let's end this video. I will end this video with a presentation of Nvidia. In a recent talk, Nvidia has actually, in the GTC in March, they gave their own views on humanoid robots. So it's not only Tesla, it's also Nvidia, there's also many other companies. So some of the biggest companies on earth are now focused on the humanoid robotics industry. So this is real. It's basically the takeaway.
It's not enough for humans to imagine. We have to invent and explore and push beyond what's been done.
A fair amount of detail.
We create smarter and faster. We push it to fail so it can learn. We teach it, then help it teach itself. We broaden its understanding to take on new challenges with absolute precision and succeed. We make it perceive and move and even reason, so it can share our world with us. This is where inspiration leads us. The next frontier. This is Nvidia Project Groot. A general-purpose foundation model for humanoid robot learning. The Groot model takes multimodal instructions and past interactions as input and produces the next action for the robot to execute. We developed Isaac Lab, a robot learning application to train Groot on Omniverse Isaac Sim. And we scale out with Osmo, a new compute orchestration service that coordinates workflows across DGX systems for training and OVX systems for simulation. With these tools, we can train Groot in physically based simulation and transfer zero shot to the real world. The Groot model will enable a robot to learn from a handful of human demonstrations, so it can help with everyday tasks and emulate human movement just by observing us. This is made possible with Nvidia's technologies that can understand humans from videos, train models in simulation, and ultimately deploy them directly to physical robots. Connecting Groot to a large language model even allows it to generate motions by following natural language instructions.
Hi, GL1. Can you give me a high five?
Sure thing. Let's high five.
Can you give us some cool moves?
Sure. Check this out.
All this incredible intelligence is powered by the new Jetson Thor robotics chips, designed for Groot, built for the future. With Isaac Lab, Osmo, and Groot, we're providing the building blocks for the next generation of AI-powered robotics.
About the same size. The soul of Nvidia, the intersection of computer graphics, physics, artificial intelligence. It all came to bear at this moment. The name of that project, General Robotics 003. I know, super good. Super good. Well, I think we have some special guests. Do we?
Okay, so as you see, Jensen Huang, Nvidia is also focused on providing infrastructure, humanoid foundational model that they then distribute to humanoid robotics companies, and they have collaborated with, I think, 8 humanoid robotics companies. So all of them are now competing for this new industry, and the total addressable market of this industry is huge, as you have seen here, and that's why all of them are focused on this industry. Okay, thanks for watching this video again. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Bye.